F around and find out Alina Habba is not playing any games. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like right now in New Jersey. This is the mayor of New Jersey, Baraka, who just literally got arrested by ICE, and there was huge commotion. These people were attacking the ICE agents because there's an ICE facility that they've been trying to get a hold of and trying to go into because they love illegal immigration so much. I guess they're corporation bosses who we just don't know about. Because this is what's going on here. Democrats love illegal immigration. I don't know why. What's going on? Is it the low wages? Is it your corporations giving you money because you're a congressperson or a senator? What's going on? Why are Democrats so in love with illegal immigration, and why did they flood the cities with them? Anyways, Alina Habba made a huge announcement. Again, I'm going to show you what happened during these arrests because this got out of hand quickly. Like these people literally went in and they made a show and they were fighting ICE members that looked, it just looked crazy. Apparently, they were saying that they were attacked by the ICE agents, but what it looks like here, this is Menendez's son, Bob Menendez Jr., I think that's his name. I think he has a different name, but that's Bob Menendez's son. Here are some of the officials. Again, they were trying to storm into the ICE detention center where people are gathered in to be deported. That's what the system has become. Again, let's never forget what got us here in the first place. And let's not act like this is the first time this has happened. Of people being pushed, so many things happening. It was a wild day. But Alina Habba saw everything, and she made she is the U.S. Attorney of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. She is the Attorney of the United States of America, and she is not messing around. Here she goes. She says, the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, committed trespass and ignored multiple warnings from Homeland Security investigations to remove himself from the ICE detention center in Newark, New Jersey, this afternoon. He has willingly chosen to disregard the law. This will not stand in the state. He has been taken into custody. No one is above the law, she says. So there was an arrest of a mayor who, again, losing his mind. They're losing their minds. And Alina Habba is not playing around with them. But why are they fighting so much? What's going on? Like, why wasn't this the energy back when Obama was president, when every other president was in office? Like, this is just a thing because Trump is in office, but I think there's something much deeper. Again, I mentioned corporations. I mentioned the pressure and the money that Democrats have probably been receiving under the table to make sure that illegal immigration is not touched. Now that ICE is back around, this is their worst nightmare. Anyways, so Alina Habba has Democrats melting down about this. I'm going to show you her phone call with Fox News. But first, MSNBC is trying to spin this as fascism. Take a listen.
Of New Jersey, Alina Habba on Fox News there on the arrest of Newark Mayor Ras Baraka earlier today. Mayor Baraka was arrested by DHS this afternoon while he was protesting outside of a New Jersey jail recently converted into an ICE detention center. It was the second time Mayor Baraka had held protests outside the facility, a new facility built to hold up to 1,000 people. Footage of the arrest was captured by Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, who was also protesting at the facility today. Habba declined to say where the mayor was being held, simply that he was still in the state of New Jersey.
Again, look at the way they're trying to spin this. They're not talking about how this guy literally tried to go inside of this detention center, how he was warned multiple times. MSNBC is, again, there is a spinoff here that's happening from Democrats that I must warn my counterparts on, or I must warn somebody that's watching this on the other side. Look at the framing of the way that MSNBC, MSDNC is reporting on this. The framing here, and it's been the framing for the last 4 months, is that there is fascism running wild in America, right? There's fascism running wild since Trump got into office. There's so much going on. I don't care if you make the argument for it. I really don't care. But I want you to look at the framing because you saw the video footage. The video footage shows these people were aggressive. They were attacking. They were aggressive. They were trying to bombard and go in. They were pushing ICE agents. They're literally on camera being aggressive, being the same thing that Jasmine Crockett said about white right-wingers. that they're the ones that are the fascists, that they're the ones that are the violent ones. Again, Democrats are bugging the out. But she continues on.
Joining us now, Deputy Director of the Immigrants' Rights Project at the ACLU, Lee Gallant is here. He joins me. And Rev, this is, in my view, a political move to deflect from the legal landscape where all they do is lose. What do you make of where the Trump administration stands legally on immigration?
Yeah, I think they didn't expect the courts to push back so much, and the courts have.
Again, look at the meltdown. Look at what's going on here. Like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, what type of segment is this? You're not going to talk about the aggressiveness from the Democrats? Well, again, here is what they're melting down about. Alina Habba on Fox News.
What's happening?
Well, I can confirm, as I have publicly stated, that we have put the mayor, Ras Baraka, under arrest. It's very simple, Martha. As I've said, in the state of New Jersey, as Pam Bondi has said in the United States, we will not stand for anybody getting in the way of getting rid of criminals in this country. It's very simple. Unfortunately, the mayor has publicly for 3 days been saying that he's going to break in, eventually did break in, was given multiple opportunities to remove himself.
Exactly. The mayor said he was going to break into this detention facility. He said he was going to break into it. He's been aggressive. And today they got real aggressive. But this is all for show. And who are you doing this for? Like, again, let's keep listening to Alina Habba here.
Failed to do so and has been detained and will be charged.
And where is he being held?
I'm not going to speak to that right now. He's obviously in New Jersey.
But he's in custody.
Yes. He has been arrested and will be charged.
So the report of these individuals, and we have a live, this might be from earlier, this particular video. This is from earlier. Okay, we're going to go back to the live shot in a moment. But these two members of Congress, can you explain the description of breaking into this facility, exactly what they did?
I'm not going to speak to things that are currently obviously under investigation. I think that if you look at their Twitter, they were very public about it. Look, here's what I'll say, Martha, very generally. There is a problem in this country with breaking the law for the purpose of grandstanding and political hierarchy. That will not stand in my state. That will not stand in this country. Pam Bondi has been very clear of it. If you want to take taxpayer dollars and fly to Venezuela or wherever and meet with MS-13 gang members and use your name to encourage criminals in this country, that will not work here. It's very simple. My job as U.S. Attorney in New Jersey is to protect the New Jersey citizens, to prosecute them, and to run the feds. And that is what we're doing. And when the mayor decides to break the law, when congressmen sneak through gates, there's a problem with that. The truth of the matter is this. We have zero tolerance. As one of my very favorite attorney generals said, no one is above the law. And that is the truth. No one is above the law. But I will tell you one difference between this current administration and the DOJ is we're going to prosecute criminals that are hurting our country, hurting our states. I am very much on board with that in a very much unpolitical way. I don't care who you are. If you do it, we will come after you. And it is very simple. The mayor was asked to be removed. He was asked several times. He chose not to. And now we are in the current circumstance, which is unfortunate.
What's happening?
Again, that is Alina Habba, U.S. Attorney. She says that they have zero tolerance, and this is some of the notes that have been taken down from Bukele, right? I love Bukele. And this is some of the notes that the United States has taken from us. Just zero tolerance on this stuff. Like, what are you guys doing? You flooded the country with all of these people, and now we're doing something about it, and you guys are melting down about it. Something's wrong here. We got to get to the bottom of it. And look, here's Rob Menendez. Again, things that law enforcement can't put their hands on members of Congress because they're members of Congress. Here he is melting down about what just happened. Again, this is all political theater. I don't know what their thoughts are or what their game plan is, because you think this is going to attract voters?
I can't begin to describe what happened here today. It started as part of our core functions as members of Congress to conduct oversight of ICE and privately run detention centers, where we waited patiently for over an hour and a half, just waited to do what we've done together at Elizabeth Detention Center. We waited. And then we only saw action taking place outside where we were waiting, not knowing what was happening.
Again, this guy acting like a victim. Rob Menendez, Representative Bob Menendez, the son of a literal traitor who sold America. That's his father, by the way, from New Jersey. I don't know if you guys remember that. Who is the son of a literal traitor who sold America out to a foreign country, is shrieking on television right now because ICE officers dared to put their hands on two members of Congress after they trespassed at an ICE facility and tried to start a fight. He believes that Democrats should be completely immune from any force of fighting police and immune from consequences for literally betraying America. This is despicable, says Charlie Kirk. So again, big day today, like crazy big news. Alina Habba went on Fox. MSNBC is twisting and turning this. There's a lot going on in this country right now. We're not headed in the right direction. Now, I can tell you that the Trump zero tolerance, that is going to ruffle feathers because the United States of America is very, very liberal. Very liberal. Anything other than liberalism is going to be considered fascism. If you enforce laws or if you enforce and you lock people up for doing bad things, it's not going to fall well with people that are mostly liberal or progressive. They don't believe in that. They don't even believe in borders. They don't believe in systems. It's just their belief system, and that is a huge part of the country. So you can't have or can't run a country like El Salvador without having these types of meltdowns. People don't want El Salvador in the United States of America. And I completely understand where they're coming from, but I do. I would love for America to be somewhat like El Salvador when it comes to handling crime. Except this is not El Salvador. This is the United States of America. And I've told you guys before, deportations are not going to be pretty. In fact, they're going to be the most disruptive to the Trump administration. Whether you agree with them or not, this is causing chaos and commotion, and it's only going to get worse. I said before Trump even, no, he was already running for president, but I said this is when he was announces that he had announced that he would do mass deportations, and I said, man, that is not going to be a pretty sight. It's not going to be a pretty sight. In fact, that's going to be the Democrats' runner. I don't know if the Democrats are very successful in it. But man, oh man, you're getting arrested because you're fighting for the illegals instead of, I don't even know at this point, fight for the American people for once. Maybe you'll win some votes, but you keep doing this, and I don't think Democrats are going to win at all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. My name is Lou Valentino, and I'm out.